Hey everyone, Hallie back here at High Octane Cards. This is just my post-race, kind of off-the-cuff thoughts about tonight's race, or this morning's now, as it's very early Monday morning. Very, very exciting. First, congratulations to Michael McDowell. I'm hoping he passes post-race inspection. As of right now, he's the unofficial winner, but I'm sure we'll know more in a couple hours. Uh, the race really started off kind of as I expected. An early caution, Derek Cope cut a tire, hit the wall. Um, Not surprising that Cope hit the wall, but not surprising that there was an early caution. Then, of course, the big crash on lap 13, 14, somewhere in there, literally wiped out half the field, so you knew the rest of the race was going to be pretty tame. There was the long rain delay, nearly 6 hours long. Note for NASCAR, Fox, these races need at Daytona need to start at about noon or 12:30 Eastern Time. Quit trying to worry about the West Coast ratings. Indianapolis is the furthest west city, generally speaking, that's in the top 5 of the weekly NASCAR ratings. All those big markets out west don't watch NASCAR as the cities east of the Mississippi do. So you're losing a lot of critical viewers when you push the start time back to 3 or 4, whatever. And also, if you look at history, and I did a little bit of research on this afternoon, I'm going to call it the TV era of the Daytona 500 from 1979 to present. Prior to 2005, when they started changing the start times around, there were only 3 races affected by rain. That was 79, 95, and I've lost the third one off the top of my head. I think it was '03 maybe. Yeah, '03 was rain shortened. Those 3 races, none of them were postponed. One was shortened, but it wasn't postponed to the next day. All these races had about a 12 to 12:30 start time. Now, 1979 race did start with a yellow-green flag condition, meaning the laps were counted under yellow, and in order to dry the track. After 2005, there's been about 7 races affected by rain, and 2 of them have been postponed till Monday, and that's just in the last 15 years. So I think this is something NASCAR definitely needs to address, so that way you don't have a 9 or 10 hour telecast like you did today. So hopefully going forward, they'll start looking at people's comments on social media. The networks need to look at this. I think this is something very important that does need to be addressed. Back to the race. The 2 stages, first stage and second stage, outside of those huge crashes, were very, very tame stages. I think NASCAR dropped the ball when William Byron lost a lot of debris off the back of his car. That should have immediately been a caution flag. That should not have even been an if, a maybe, a whatever. That caution should have been out the moment that fender blew apart. NASCAR, you dropped the ball on this one, and it caused a crash with Quinn Houff and Chase Briscoe. Not saying Quinn Houff and Chase Briscoe would have been contenders, but you took one car unnecessarily out of the race and damaged another one. There's been times in NASCAR that you threw cautions for spring rubbers and roll bar padding on the apron of the track so you could change the outcome of the race because apparently you didn't like who was leading. But now, going forward with this, the end of the race, the last 10 laps is literally the whole race. Of course, you've seen that huge crash on the last lap. Thankful everybody is okay. Again, congrats to Michael McDowell. That accident is just a product of the speedway racing. People call it plate racing. Of course, we know they use the tapered spacers. Whatever it is, they create packs. When you create packs, that creates more opportunity for the cars to be bunched together. They can't get away from each other, which is what they need to keep from these big multi-car accidents from happening. I don't see them getting away from this, but that is what it is. Overall, it was a good race. Again, happy for Michael McDowell. Happy that everybody was okay in all the crashes. I'm thankful that Fox stuck with the coverage from opening ceremonies till all the closing interviews. That's something they could have bailed out, put it on FS1, FS2, whatever. They didn't. So kudos for Fox for sticking with that. I think they knew that they had a lot of people kind of trapped in weather-wise and trapped in, pandemic-wise. So they was just looking at, okay, we can keep this on. Maybe we can generate a little interest. overall, I did like Clint Boyer, the addition of him in the booth. I think it added some needed seasoning to the booth because last year's two-man booth with Gordon and Mike Joy was good, but they just needed that extra little oomph. They got that with Clint Boyer, so he'll be around to stay for a while. And so that's my thoughts of Daytona, the telecast, it so on and so forth. So let me know what you guys thought of the race, the telecast. Should the race times be moved up? Absolutely, they should be. Let me know what you guys think about that. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the race. We will see you later with the another rip of the 2021 Donruss Hobby Box. So thanks again for watching, guys.